Hello my friends, William Poloniak here again at Whole Health Foundation. In this video I'm going to make a special formula for my back and my spine, and I'm going to show you my ingredients. I have here French sorrel, about 10 leaves of collards, 1 stalk of celery, 1 purple bell pepper, 1 cucumber, 2 medium-sized beets, 60 grams of turmeric, 60 grams of ginger, and 1 whole bulb of garlic, plus 10 pounds of carrots. Let's make some juice. Another thing I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to experiment with a different cutter. You'll notice on my regular cutter that I've used in my most recent videos, there's just a slight filing of the tip, and on this cutter it's much more flattened, considerably more flattened. So I'm going to use this cutter today and see if it gets rid of the clanking noise that I've heard in some of my recent videos. You'll see here how it's much more flattened at the tip rather than my regular cutter that's almost flush. So let's put this cutter on and start with 3 ice cubes, because I want to cool down the feed tube and the cutter, mostly because today's a hot and humid day. We're already at 27 degrees Celsius and I want to keep that below 20. We're down from 27 degrees already to 18, so using the ice cubes was definitely successful. So we'll start with collard greens. Remember to keep this covered. You're going to get a blowback, especially if your motor is very powerful. More collard greens. Rotate your bowl. Cucumber. Ginger. Celsius, so I'm going to put in 3 ice cubes, up to 21 already. And I do want to remind you, when you put ice cubes through, or cucumbers, you're going to clean out the chute and it will create more of a blowback. So after ice cubes and after cucumber, you have to be much more careful keeping this covered. So next let's put in a couple of medium-sized beets. And I'm down to the last of my collards. 2 hands whenever possible. Now I notice that my juicer is working hard, so I'm going to clean the grid. Very important to clean the grid often. And again, I want to remind you to scrape it off instead of slice it off, because you don't want to accidentally hit your fingers. So scrape it on both sides, clean the cutter, and next I'm going to switch to the French sorrel. French sorrel. Greens are very, very fibrous, and they will cause a lot of friction, and that'll heat up your juicer. So you want to clean your grid more often and put ice cubes in as soon as your thermometer tells you. We'll continue with the French sorrel. Now for carrots, I'm going to pass 1 set of carrots through. When they're small, And then I'm going to switch from the juicing grid, which is called the J grid, 3/16 inch holes. I'll clean that, scrape it, clean it later. And I'm going to use the number 2 grid, which is 1/8 inch holes for carrots, because it does a better job on carrots. So again, I remind you, when you have small carrots, you can reverse them, big end to small end. Save a little time that way. Alright, I'm down to the last of my carrots. There's always a plug of carrot or produce in here, so at the very end, put in a little more pulp from your bowl, push that last plug through. I like to do that more than once. What I'm going to do now is clean my grid holder, my grid, and my feed tube and cutter, and then mix my bowl of produce and make some juice. And I've had people ask me, why not clean it all later? Well, I like to do it all first, just to be neat and tidy. That's my method. You could do it however the way you want. So let me continue with this. All right, we'll mix the produce thoroughly in both directions. Rotating the bowl in both directions gives you a better mix for some reason. Okay, I'm down to the last of my pulp. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a spatula to scrape out the rest of this very precious pulp. I don't want to waste anything. And as usual, when I'm down to my last cloth, I'll advance that all the way. Pull this into a tight, narrow package. The tighter, the better. What I'm going to do is top these off with distilled water, because I don't like my juice to be too sweet. So I'm going to leave about 8 or 9% room for distilled water. Repackaged the already pressed pulp. I've got most of the juice out of this, and what I'm going to do now is use a measuring beaker to measure how much more juice we can get with the Whole Health Foundation premium juicer that has the solid bottom plate and other premium parts. So we'll center this left to right, front to back. That's very important. All the way back, back it off, because we don't want that to go up too fast. As soon as we get juice flowing, I'm going to back it off a little more. Back it off. Advance it a little bit more. And advance it all the way. Now your best nutrients are from the last 10% of your press. And we're going to get 10% or more juice using a Whole Health Foundation premium juicer. There we have 5 ounces. Put in our last 2 cloves. Let's see how much more juice we get. Centered left to right, front to back, all the way back, and as soon as we get juice flow, we'll back it off a little bit. There we have 9 ounces of juice. I try to put one more cloth on top. The container is almost full. We've got 9 ounces. We'll pour that into here, all the way back it off. Let's see how much more juice we get by pressing 3 spent cloths in there. All the way back a little bit. And all the way. And there's another 4 ounces of juice. So we could probably press a little more out, but you get the idea. I don't want this video to be too long. So there's another 13 ounces of juice so far. And we're going to go over here and fill the last of the bottles. Got almost another full bottle, but we have enough for a taste test. So let me get a glass. Okay, there you are, my friends. Here's to your health. Ooh, this one is delicious. I hope you like what you've seen, and if you'd like to contact me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthbound.com. Remember to swish your juice around with your saliva. Well, that's one of my best juices yet. Here's to your health. See you in the next video.